The Steve Jones comment, which has just been left on YouTube, is very interesting. He says, "You'll have to do your best to be less foolish. How could Mr. Putin want anything if he's dead in a Smeg fridge? Russia's goal is to win, and it's doing so." That invites... No, it demands a reply that is as clear as it is provocative. Let's begin with October the 28th, 2023, a date that has slipped into that peculiar Russian category of events that may have happened but must never be confirmed. On that day, according to reports disseminated via an SVR, a Russian Foreign Intelligence Service telegram channel known for its Kremlin leaks, Vladimir Putin allegedly suffered a massive cardiac arrest in his Valdai residence. That's the same residence, incidentally, that was being serviced by the electrician whose house has burnt down, or whose flat exploded. So what's going on there? This was reported, the heart attack was reported by multiple open-sourced intelligence accounts and even picked up tentatively by some Western media outlets before being scrubbed from mainstream Russian discourse. The Russian press, ever obedient, issued swift denials or simply ignored the report altogether. The narrative was smothered, erased like a botched fresco. There was no hospital admission, no medical bulletin, not even a solemn chorus of State Duma concern. It was the dog that didn't bark, because in Russia barking dogs are not long for this world. So, did Putin die? Is he convalescing? Or is he in cryogenic suspension in a Smeg refrigerator next to a jar of Soviet mustard? Frankly, it doesn't matter. Because Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin, the mortal man, ceased to be politically relevant as a man some years ago, about a decade ago. What remains is Putin the concept, a political metaphysic, a brand, a distilled embodiment of neo-imperial paranoia and post-Soviet machismo. He's not the first ruler to be more powerful dead or fictional than alive. Recall El Cid, mounted on his horse, allegedly winning a battle after his death, or Emperor Hirohito, reimagined post-war as a quiet marine biologist, or, for a more modern comparison, Kim Jong-il, whom North Korean schoolchildren still think they can thank for inventing the hamburger. In that context, Putin's survival is no longer necessary. What matters is the continuation of the myth. The iconography, the shirtless riding, the judo throws, the hunt, the ice hockey scores, the goals, against obliging generals. These are not meant to be believed, they're meant to be absorbed, like incense. They construct an aura, not a biography, a hagiography. Indeed, tarnishing that aura, suggesting that Putin is gay, or has a soft spot for animals, has a bigger soft spot for animals, dogs, rather than his countrymen, is in a long-term relationship with a ballet dancer, male or female, as some Kremlinologists have mischievously alleged. It does nothing to diminish his symbolic power, his machismo. Russia has engineered something different, a postmodern tsardom where truth is liquid and personality is projection. The real Putin could be alive, dead, or replaced by a waxwork from Madame Tussauds. The Kremlin's game continues regardless. You say Russia's goal is to win, but define win. Conquering a neighbor, maintaining strategic ambiguity, or ensuring that the figurehead of resistance to the West, the idea of Putin, endures. Because that Russia is winning in the cultural, psychological sense. It no longer requires its ruler to be present, only to be believed in. And this is why Putin's possible death on October the 28th, cardiac or otherwise, matters far less than Western analysts imagine. We're fighting not a man, but a narrative. The narrative of an eternal Kremlin, a strongman made of steel, of moral superiority cloaked in orthodoxy and state television. And so, Steve, to return to your comment, yes, Putin may well be dead in a Smeg fridge. But the symbol of Putin marches on, cold-blooded and curiously embalmed, precisely because it transcends biology. In Russia, as in Orwell's Oceania, the leader doesn't die. He simply becomes more terrifying in abstraction. Let me play you a little video I made some time ago, where I imagined doing a little song with Mr. Putin, or rather, not doing a little song with him. I think we just had a little chat. It's Suella Braverman with whom I did a little song, but yeah, this is just a chat. Have a listen. The beginning, it starts in my mangled Russian, but I think, this was a video I made, oh gosh, some months ago, and I think it's as relevant now as it was then. I made this when Tucker Carlson was doing his interview.
Привет, Тимофей Ирикович. Я знаю, ты думаешь, что я умер? Как кот Шрёдингера. Никто не узнает правду, пока не откроет дверь. Ты тоже неважно выглядишь. Я знаю, что голос звучит женственно. Это голос из могилы. Моя мужское достоинство затиралось в морозвойке. Но я все еще альфа-самец с дефектом речи.
В наши дни в рубашку как часто не снимаете?
Я беспокоюсь, что она спутается с замороженным горшком.
Как дела? I mean, how is life going in the freezer?
So I hope we aren't going to wait for the defrost cycle to understand the danger of mistaking power for personality, and I hope we're not going to underestimate the importance of myth and storytelling.
To paraphrase Belkovsky, sometimes I forget that you are alive and it's the doppelganger who died. It's part of an elaborate plan, isn't it, to test the loyalty of your close command, the earlobe test. I mean, let me ask you some simple questions. I'm the new Tucker Carlson. Got to get my consonants right there. But it's the new Cold War, the Iceland, as in the supermarket, Iceland Cold War. So the question really is, do you like frozen food? And what are your favourite frozen brands? Peas, pasta or piles? Once they're all frozen. I mean, frankly, what's the difference? Frozen in time, a moment's pause. And thanks to the laboured history lesson the other day from you and Tucker. I find it so difficult getting my tongue round those consonants. Do you have problems with your tongue? I suppose you do now that it's frozen. But nuzzling up to a man who you think might be the next vice president. I mean, you think he's warm and cuddly. You'd be wrong. That's because he's frozen too. Botox babes, both. But this is my advice to you. Do you mind me giving you some advice, Mr. Putin? This is my advice. Let it go. It's from Frozen. Let it go. The cold never bothered me anyway.
It isn't about conspiracy theories, though I know some of the comments under my videos suggest that I am responsible for promulgating a conspiracy. I'm not. I'm really not. I am putting forward the details of the reports that emerged in October 2023, and I'm trying to reconcile those with the reality that there are stories of doppelgangers. There are people who look at the Putin of today. I look at the Putin of today, and it's certainly not the Putin that I remember from when 2016 or 2017, I can't remember. But that is not the same person. Either the person who is called Putin has gone through tremendous medical procedures to survive in any form. That is possible. Or it's not the same person. But who is to know? It's like Schrodinger's cat. Schrodinger's cat. We don't know whether the cat is alive or dead until we open the box. But the effect of Schrodinger's cat, the importance of Schrodinger's cat, just like the importance of Putin, that goes beyond the physical reality, doesn't it? Schrodinger's cat is a concept. Putin is a concept, and a very, very dangerous concept.